Haha! Alright, so third time is apparently the charm in this best of three between NEXT.kz and mTw. mTw taking a very long first game, almost 70 minutes. A little bit of a misplay by Mantis in the Void during the last fight of the game. He didn't BKB before he went in with his time leap and popped a sphere, got hexed out, got netted, and just pretty much demolished. Didn't have buyback money. Ultimately ended up that mTw was able to Rax and then subsequently take the throne. So, Game 2, NEXT.kz looking to tie it up 1-1. Some interesting bans coming out so far. Lone Druid and Tinker banned up pretty much first and second. Coming out from NEXT.kz, and I mean, Lone Druid and Tinker are both very strong heroes in their own right, but I feel like there are some heroes in the pool that you would probably want to get rid of over those. Then again, they do have first pick, so maybe they're trying to get more high-tier heroes in the pool to stay there for when they get their second-tier picks done, because that means that they can go one decent hero, then mTw takes a handful themselves, and they get two more to choose from. So, banning out the Lone Druid and the Tinker, probably just to keep their lanes a little bit more open in terms of what they can get. And they're going to go with the first pick of Nature's Prophet. Chen still in the pool. mTw might be looking to pick it up here. Have heroes like Invoker as well. I figured that would be a pretty strong first two picks coming out from mTw. Could see something like that. Cinderin does love to play as Invoker. We've seen it many times before, and he is very, very good at it. But they're going to go with a Rubik instead. See what they choose to partner this with. And they're going to go with the Leshrac. So, Rubik and Leshrac, Invoker again still in the pool, Chen still in the pool. But when you have a Furion, you don't always see Chen too much because of the fact that that makes your lanes a little bit weaker, not tremendously by any means, but having a Leshrac who's a very strong laner in his own right, and having the potential to push on top of a Rubik who's a pretty darn good laner himself, you have a hero like Furion who doesn't necessarily add the most to a gank. I mean, he has global presence, but he himself doesn't do a lot of damage in the early game. He basically is just there for a sprout, a couple of extra right clicks, and maybe trees if you want to push down a lane. So with that in mind here, we'll see what NEXT.kz wants to go for. And looking at the overall bans, Darkseer was the last ban out here from NEXT.kz. Naga Siren, CK, and Lycan both taken out, or all taken out, I should say, by mTw, so not wanting to play against that heavy push. And rather than going for Chen, they're going to go for the Enchantress. So as soon as I see something like that, Enchantress is usually a hero who's played very aggressively, depending on how you want to build her. A lot of teams go for the one enchant, max Nature's Attendance, or some people like to go for the enchant and stat build with Nature's Attendance. It's really just preference at this point. We'll see what they're going to run her as. Probably an aggressive Trilaner, I would assume, as Morphling is going to round out the first three for NEXT.kz. Ball is now in the court of mTw, and wow, very fast brood pick. And you know what? I love that so much because of the fact that Darkseer was already banned out. They got Lycan out of the pool as well. They don't have really anything aside from a waveform to stop the broodlings so far coming out from mTw. That kind of restricts what NEXT.kz can really do here, because basically they need something like a Sand King or a Tide, or to commit a lot of heroes to stopping this brood in the early game. This essentially makes it so NEXT.kz is going to have to react to what mTw does, at least in terms of the laning phase. Otherwise, this brood could very quickly get out of control, and that could be a huge problem for NEXT.kz going into the mid game. Second ban phase here coming out, Enigma. Going to be the first one taken out, as well as Sand King. So there's one of the counters from Brood taken out already. Looks like they want to have as many counters as they can taken out before the second and final pick phase goes through here for both teams. And honestly, if mTw wants to, they can just ban the Tide as well. I mean, they know they don't have first pick coming out of the second ban phase. They took the Brood in a spot where they knew that the second ban phase was going to be rolling around, so they can just take out the supports that they need to make sure that the Brood has the best start possible. Shadow Demon taken out here by NEXT.kz. And you know what? I like that quite a bit as well. And yeah, Tide is going to pretty much not see any play here. So Cinderin seeing here, he's like, okay, you know what? You banned Darkseer for me. I'm going to take Brood as the third pick out here for my team, and then take away the other two counters. So you have nothing really aside from maybe a Windrunner if they wanted to take it at this point, or something, maybe even, you know, you have a Morphling and maybe even Crystal Maiden to help with spamming down those lings as well. I mean, we've seen it many times before. A dual lane Morphling CM is very potent, so could be potentially seeing that out for NEXT.kz. The Shadow Demon ban's great, like I said before, because Soul Catcher just makes it so any hero, no matter how tanky you are, is susceptible to death. I mean, that's pretty much the simplest terms to put it. 50% increased damage taken, no matter what you're doing. That is so hard to deal with. And Beastmaster coming out here for NEXT.kz. And I have to imagine that that's probably going to be either a mid or a long lane. I can't imagine him going anywhere else. I mean, Beastmaster, not seen so much anymore. He's not the greatest laner in the world. He does have some spam with the axes to counteract the Brood. He might go something like a Soul Ring early on to kind of solidify himself a laning phase if he does end up matching up against the Brood. But we'll see where mTw decides to put him. Chen picked up here by mTw as well, and that's kind of standard. I mean, it's going to be the war that creeps basically between Enchantress and the Chen in this game. But the thing to keep in mind here is that, in my opinion, Chen hits his stride way faster. His ultimate is more potent than Impetus, I believe, in the early stages of the game, because it's 200 extra health for basically your entire team. And not only that, but he just has a lot more damage utility. He doesn't rely on items at all, basically, aside from maybe a mech and mana boots. Once he has those, he's pretty much as farmed as he needs to be in the mid stages of the game. So, that being said, Venomancer going to round out the picks here for NEXT.kz. And I think Venomancer is a pretty solid pick here, especially considering there is a tremendous amount of push coming out from mTw. The only thing that kind of bothers me is that they have Axes and Waveform, and that's it. I mean, Furion Ultimate isn't something that I would consider a great counter to Brood, just because the Furion Ult is used to either gank or it's used to farm. Broodlings don't give a lot of money, so if you're using Furion Ult to try to farm and ends up hitting a bunch of Broodlings, well, you've basically just lost a bunch of farm because those things don't really give you money to begin with. So, with that being said, I really still do feel like mTw has gotten a slight edge here in the picking phase, at least in the first four. We're going to see what they're going to do for the last here. Seeing the Brood, the Chen, the Rubik as well. The Rubik could be midding. The Leshrac could also just as easily be midding. We could be looking at a safe laner, some kind of semi-carry, or maybe even a support from mTw at this point. Their lanes are pretty much wide open. It really depends on where they want to send the Brood. So, assuming it's a Brood long lane, we could be seeing a Rubik mid, Leshrac, maybe a defensive jungler top, or maybe even a Rubik in the safe lane, or a Broodmother in the safe lane, rather, and then a tri-lane bottom from mTw with an aggressive Chen jungle. But, too much speculation at this point. Can't really tell what they're going to go for again. They can kind of do a couple of things. The same can be said for NEXT.kz. Their lanes are very flexible. The only thing I'm wondering is, like, you have a Venomancer who has a strong early game. You have a Morphling whose early game for a quote-unquote carry isn't so bad, but then you have two extremely weak laners in Beastmaster and the Nature's Prophet as well. So with that being said, are they going to really be able to pressure too much in the early game? That's going to be my question here, as mTw secures their lineup here with a Windrunner. So we could potentially be seeing a mid Windrunner as well. I wouldn't put it past him. Rubik has been played as support. Rubik's been played as a mid. Rubik's even been played as a long laner. If nobody saw the game with EG earlier, they ran a long lane Rubik, and it was interesting, man. I don't know if it worked out that well, to be totally honest, but it was definitely fun to watch. Windrunner can kind of fulfill all the same roles as well. It's just going to depend on what mTw wants to go for here, what they're going to prioritize in terms of their farm order. So I'm going to remember actually to turn the overlay off this time. Haha, there we go. So we'll go over the lineup really quick because I didn't get to do that last game. Synderen is going to be playing Ana Rubik, Sakshka playing Leshrac, Bucky Mad going to be playing Broodmother, Kabop on Chen, and finally Funzy rounding out mTw's lineup on that Windrunner. And then for NEXT.kz, we have Mantis playing on the Morphling, Stalcat on Beastmaster, Lucky going to be playing Enchantress, Equal playing on Nature's Prophet, and finally Reeves once again going to be playing that Venomancer that he so effectively did last game, man. His movement was absolutely spectacular. He allowed the tri-lane top basically to be useless from mTw. He completely shut it down almost single-handedly. We'll see if he can make something like that happen this game. And so far, it looks like we're going to be seeing a safe lane Nature's Prophet going up against a Brood. And even in the long lane, I'm pretty sure Brood has a sizable advantage here. Nature's Prophet opting for the double gauntlet build, so he's probably going to be going for a quick earn. That means that NEXT.kz wants to really abuse the fact that they have an aggressive tri-lane up here. It's going to be Venomancer, Morphling, and Enchantress all aggressively jungling against the tri-lane apparently coming out for mTw as well. There are three heroes right here. I'm not sure if it's just going to be a dual lane with the jungle. They do have the Chen, so obviously he will be making his way over there. But this is interesting laning choice. Right now, mid, it's going to be Sakshka. So they're going to have a Leshrac mid, a solo Broodmother bottom, and a defensive tri-lane going up against the aggressive tri-lane of the Enchantress, the Morphling, and the Venomancer. And this is a really weird move, honestly, from mTw, and it's going to catch NEXT.kz off guard because they can't really go on this. I mean, Windrunner is very hard to dive. Rubik's very hard to dive. He's probably going to go with something like Telekinesis at rank 1 if they do end up getting dove. And Synderen is playing a support role this game. He's not going to be mid. He does not have that Invoker that he is so known for. Going to see a ward out here from Synderen as well, and no sentries really to be seen from this tri-lane, so I don't really know what it's going to accomplish. Middle lane, Furion is actually switched up after seeing the Brood bottom. That's definitely a good call here from NEXT.kz. Furion can't really do anything at all against Brood, so I think that's the right call. They have the Beastmaster matching up against it, which isn't so bad, but ultimately, Brood is going to win pretty much most 1v1s that you put her in, even if she's in the long lane here. So she's going to be doing just fine. And Leshrac versus a Furion. Furion does have a little bit of a base damage lead and a slightly better animation, but Furion can't really apply pressure to a Leshrac that well until he gets a handful of levels. He does have teleport level 1. He did not opt to go for the Nature's Call, so he's not going to be able to send his trees in and be very annoying like we've seen some Asian players do. It's very, very tough to deal with, especially early game, because you can't really spam them down fast enough. They just simply have too much health. I mean, level 1, I'm pretty sure it's like, what, 500 or something like that? Yeah, 550. So that is a very large amount of HP, as Lucky is going to find out a Troll Warlord here in the side jungle. Oh man, this could be really bad for Lucky. He's going to throw out the enchant. Kabop actually gets a net onto from his own creep. Nice deal right there from Lucky. Manages to enchant the Troll Warlord and actually ensnare. But now he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. There is level 2 coming out from Sakshka. This could be the first blood. It is going to be just that, as Sakshka's auto attack and Lightning Storm build more than enough burst damage to take out that Enchantress. Now Funzy needs to be careful here. He does spot out Reeve off to the side. That Venomancer trying to catch out the Windrunner here, but off to a good start. Once again, mTw sealing that first blood, catching out that Enchantress. And I think the Enchantress is just going to go back to her jungle. Now this tri-lane is basically already lost. If your jungler gets picked off in a situation like that, and especially when you give the first blood to the middle lane, that's the worst case scenario basically, because now Equal is in a really bad spot. He's still choosing to level up his Sprout and his Teleport instead of going for the Nature's Call, so they're going all in on the gank. And I don't know if they're really going to be able to do anything out of it. The only hero they can really try to gank is bottom, and to be totally honest, Brood can just drop the web, has a Quelling Blade already, so Furion ganks are just not going to be effective at all, and maybe he should just try to abandon going the Teleport build, go for something like a Nature's Call, or at the very least, don't level Sprout past 1, obviously, so he can actually do something in the mid phase of the game. Wow, Sakshka eats the wrong tree, actually, and he's going to take a tower hit as well, trying to return some fire, but playing it a bit aggressively. He's actually choosing not to go Edict, by the way. He's just going for the full Lightning Storm build and the Split Earth, which I think is okay, especially if you're mid. I mean, the burst damage that you get from that, especially in team fights, it makes such a big difference because Edict is great in 2v2 or sometimes even like 3v3 situations, depending on how you position, but Lightning Storm always does its full damage to every single hero that you hit with it. And the other burst damage coming out from his team with the Power Shot, the Rubik Fade Bolt, along with the Spiderlings from Brood, and I mean his other stun as well. He's bringing a lot of utility to the table. Oh, man, double damage gank, and the courier is going to go down. Gets picked off by Lucky, and now he's in some trouble. He actually gets clapped and netted right there. Equal not choosing to follow it up. Lightning Storm does go off. Manages to get the kill on the Troll Warlord. Did he get the Ursa too? No, he did not. Looks like the Enchantress wore off, and it died to basically the duration damage. Right now, 0-1, still in favor of mTw, but getting that courier pretty much makes up for the fact that they lost First Blood. Go ahead and check the gold really fast here. Yeah, it's pretty much dead even. Experience going slightly in favor of mTw, and that's mainly because of the fact that Kabot playing on this Chen has had a lot more time to farm. He hasn't felt as pressured, and Enchantress basically had already died and was forced back to her own jungle. So, right now, Mantis and Reeves both sitting up here trying to stop the pull, or at the very least get some CSO out. I think Mantis actually got one of the small wolves there, so that's nice for him. Funzy sitting top lane, doing his farming, and I guess they're going to be relying on Funzy to do some pretty good carrying, I guess, here, if you want to call it that. Windrunner is not a hero we see so much in a pure farm role. If she does go this route, I think she's probably still going to go something like a mech and a force staff. Just get those core team support items up as fast as you can. But with a Chen on your team, she could pretty much forego it, go for a faster force staff, maybe go for some right-click damage like an Orchid if she's really, really feeling aggressive. And an Orchid against something like a Morphling is definitely great. We will see what route she is going to go, though, here shortly. Smoke up here by mTw. Making their way up to the top lane. If they catch out Reeves, he's going to be the one they're going to go for here for sure. Are they going to be able to catch him, though? That's the problem. Kabop and Cinder are both sitting here on the low ground. They're really close to the tower. Like, this kind of engagement is not favorable at all if you're in mTw's position, because you can just scale to the low ground. You can see them from so far away, too. And they're being patient. Looks like they're going to go for it. Oh, no! Reeves runs to the right side at just the wrong time. Gets telekinesis back. There's a Centaur Stomp as well. That is a free kill right there for mTw's tri-lane. And just as I was saying, man, they had a good position right there, but if you run right into the smoke, I mean, obviously he couldn't see it, but as soon as Cinderin walked in, it was almost like he knew that he was going to walk to the side. That was some next-level play right there. Nice telekinesis. Brilliant follow-up with the Centaur. Good stuff coming out so far from mTw. And bottom lane, Stalkat's actually doing a very good job of keeping this Brood at bay. 21 CS for the Brood, 22 actually for the Beastmaster. Go ahead and open up the creep score here. Looks like I forgot to do that at the start. Sorry about that. 2-kill lead for mTw, just 5 minutes into the game. As time goes on, though, I have the feeling this Brood is pretty much just going to pull ahead of the Beastmaster. You can see him already pulling back into the lane. Enchantress can't do much to gank him. She does have Dust and a Net Creep. Probably going to be waiting for Beastmaster to get enough mana to ult. He does have the Soul Ring, and he should have enough mana to combo if he does pop his Soul Ring here. He should be able to Axe and Roar both. Just waiting for that Brood to play a little bit too aggressively there and punish him for it. So we'll see if they can make that happen in the bottom lane. Funzy throwing out some more right clicks. Has some Broodlings going around here, just sitting off to the side, not getting him axed down. Really good play. Oh, wow, top lane. Looks like I almost missed a kill. Windrunner getting triple dove right here. Equal teleporting up to the top lane. And Morphling picks off the Windrunner, so that's definitely a good start for them in this try. I mean, they did end up losing one hero. They lost their Enchantress, who had to make her way back to her side of the map. But at the end of the day, killing Funzy, who is the one who's getting the majority of the farm, is oftentimes better than killing an Enchantress, who's going to be farming in the jungle anyway. It's not really as valuable of a kill coming out from mTw as it was for NEXT.kz. Bucking Mad running off to the side here, doing some farming in his enemy team's jungle. Funzy's made it back to... Oh, no. Sakshka in some trouble now, too. Lucky doing a nice gank on middle lane. Leshrac has the urn popped on him, and Equal gets the right-click kill right there. Brilliant movement so far coming out from NEXT.kz. They managed to catch up the kills 2 back-to-back, now sitting 2-2 at just 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. And I'll be honest, man, Stalcat is doing a really good job down here. He's not taking any harassment damage. It looks like Bucking Mad isn't favoring to nuke him down and push him out of the lane. Oh, no. Kabop running into the high ground, right into Venomancer and the Morphling as well. The Gale goes off. Where's the waveform to seal the kill after? He's not even going to use it. He doesn't even need it. One auto attack. Should be able to pick off the Centaur as well. Reeves going to run away from it. Oh, man. Here comes Funzy with the power shot from the side. He does end up clipping Reeves, but one more auto attack doesn't quite get the kill. And bottom lane, Stalcat solos the Broodmother. Are you kidding me right now? Did he not see the dust right there? Maybe it was a dust transfer. Yep, looks like Enchantress ended up giving the dust to Stalcat, and he just didn't see it in time. Got roared, got axed down. Brilliant play coming out so far from NEXT.kz. They're doing everything they can to take this to a Game 3. Once again, guys, this is a best of 3. Game 1 was taken by mTw in a 67-minute game, actually almost 68, one of the longest, and I would say most fun games I think I've ever casted of Dota 2 in general. So this Prodota2 winners bracket final, best of 3 between NEXT.kz and mTw, really looking or shaping up to be one of the best of 3s I think I've seen probably all year. These teams just so evenly matched at this point. Now we're going to have a disconnect. Oh, it looks like it was Bulba as Venomancer drops. In the meantime, middle lane to Leshrac, and I thought that was actually the orange player, but then I read the name. Obviously, Equal's still in the game, so spectator color chant just a little bit too close to what Equal's color was there for me. Got a little bit panicked, hoping we weren't going to have a pause, but not going to be the case. As mTw makes another kill back, trying to get themselves into the game. Wow, both junglers run right into each other. There's the Persuasion on the Centaur, and it gets enchanted right back, and now Sakshka's here as well. Can they manage to catch out Lucky? That is only level 1 stun, though. It's a very, very small radius, hard to land. As we see a reaction coming out from Stalcat, he does have the Roar on top of his treads and his Soul Ring as well. 3 heroes bottom lane for mTw. Bucking Mad still sitting at 41 CS, but the leader on the board right now is 45 coming out from Stalcat. He did a phenomenal job on the bottom lane. Sakshka looks like he could be in some trouble here as well. Where's the Beastmaster Roar? They might not even need it at all, actually. Yep, he's not even going to throw it out, so he is dead there for sure. 4 heroes from NEXT.kz in the middle lane. Nature's Attendance forced to be popped right there. Edict doing quite a bit of damage, but not enough to really kill, as it looks like mTw is going to go ahead and trade the Tier 1 bottom for the Tier 1 mid, and this is really all they can do at this point. They could potentially TP if they want. Try to force this Furion back. He does actually have an urn charge, so it could be a little bit tough. Roar still is up, by the way, for Stalcat. Here comes mTw, though. They're going to dive right onto Stalcat here. No extra TPs coming in. He is all on his own, blocking himself a bit with his own Spiderlings, but he should be able to chase down Stalcat regardless. Yeah, there is just so many spiders here. There is nothing he can do about this. He throws out the axes just before he dies to try to get some gold because he knew he was going to die there anyway. TP reaction coming in from mTw. Sakshka making it to middle lane, trying to stop the pressure being applied by NEXT.kz, and this could be a 1-for-0 tower, basically. NEXT.kz not wanting to back up just yet, though. Plague Ward's going down. They are level 3. Going to see a Sprout go off. Lightning Storm doing a lot of damage here to Equal, forcing it back just a bit. Can Sakshka manage to stop this push? I don't know, man. The Treants are out. A lot of Plague Wards on this tower. It's dropping slowly but surely. Not going to see any more TPs coming out. Stun way off right there. Not sure if you meant to cancel that or not. Looks like Sakshka wants to go for the deny if he possibly can. There's a Gale going off. It actually misses. Who's going to get the deny? He gets it! Unbelievable. Sakshka gets the deny. Now he's going to pop the Edict to throw out the Lightning Storm. It is going to just flat out kill Enchantress, and here comes a Fade Bolt from the side. Cinderin cutting off the rest of NEXT.kz. Beautiful turnaround. 5-6 now in favor of mTw. They get the tower deny, get the first tier tower bottom, and the momentum shift once again going back into mTw's favor. After that exchange, we can see the gold is updated back into mTw's favor, almost 1,000. Experience, though, dead even. This game's still anyone's to take, only 10 minutes into the game. A lot of back and forth action so far. 1-to-1 tower trade right now, only 1 tower missing from each team, so it doesn't really get much closer, man. Edict being popped on this middle tier tower. Can they punish NEXT.kz for overcommitting on that middle tower even more? Getting this tower very quickly in succession would help them quite a bit, give them an extra gold boost. Gale is going to go off, clip Sakshka. Here comes Stalcat. They are going to sprout off. Where's the Roar? He gets telekinesis right away, thrown back, but Sakshka is not making it back to base. There is just no way. Stalcat's axes do more than enough to seal that kill. And off to the side here, Waveform going off on a Kabop as well. Help the damage with the Fury and Ultimate to boot, and he is not going to make it back to base either. So Chen and Leshrac both dying right there, overcommitting maybe a bit too much to that tier 1 middle lane. Didn't really get anything out of it, and since everyone was there aside from the Brood, a lot of the heroes just had a little bit of an inefficient use of their time right there. But on the other hand, Brood has managed to pull ahead as the highest farmer of the game, 66 CS at just 11 minutes into the game. The rest of NEXT.kz trying to do what they can to spot her out here. Let's remember for a second that they do have a Furion. They have a Beastmaster as well. Still has one of those dusts. Beastmaster sitting at level 10. Lucky going to get spotted out here in the jungle by Kabop. Kabop's going to go back to farming his own creep wave, though. Let's check out what funds he's got. He went for the phase boots. He's currently 54th CS, so he is the 3rd highest farmer in the game. Not doing too bad. NEXT.kz with their Venomancer, Enchantress, and Morphling all top lane. Looking to try to push tier 1, it looks like. Bottom lane, Brood playing very far back. Went for a Midas. Interesting choice. He could be assuming that this could be another 67-minute game, and if it is, by all means, buying a Midas would definitely be something that would benefit him quite a bit. Midas pays for itself after about 25 minutes or so, typically. It does give you the bonus experience, too, so that's always something they keep in mind. Synderen running by here, giving his friend some mana boots, making sure he can keep farming up the jungle. And this is going to come down to the late game where can the Morphling be tanky enough, do enough damage for mTw to take care of the heroes like the Windrunner and the Brood? I mean, that's really what it's going to boil down to. And to be totally honest, in the late game, I would give NEXT.kz a slight advantage here. They have the Beastmaster Aura, which helps significantly, partnered with things like Impetus, gives it bonus attack speed because Impetus damage is not based on items, it's just simply based on how fast you attack and how far away your opponent is. So with that being said, I think NEXT.kz has some decent synergy, not to mention Morphling is a pretty darn good hard carry in comparison to a Windrunner. That hero is just not known to be a significant late game threat. So mTw kind of feels like they want to have something happen within the first 20 to 30 minutes of the game, or they might just be innately behind because of their lineup. They're going to have to keep that in mind going into this as the game goes on. NEXT.kz still looking like they want to push. Double Alpha Wolf here for Lucky. They just want to get the 30% extra damage aura, along with the Beastmaster, who does have 1 rank into his Inner Beast, which is 18% attack speed. And middle lane, a lot of pressure being applied once again by Sakshka. Sends himself a Vitality Booster. It looks like TP going bottom lane, though, from Equal. Are they going to go on anybody here? Synderen looks like he's going to be caught out. Throws out the Telekinesis, going to throw him right into Equal. Really nice play, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Equal taking a lot of damage, though. Fable goes off as well. The dust is popped. The counter roar on his Stelcat. Can Bucky Mad get away? There's the Chen heal. Are they going to even have enough damage? That's a question. Bucky Mad not even ulting, not even turning around. This could be a bit of a mistake. Why is he still running? He could have thrown off so many auto attacks there. He still ends up getting a kill, but if he had just ulted, I think they would have probably killed Stelcat anyway. He does throw off the nuke, ends up sealing the deal right there on Nature's Prophet, so they don't get a kill in a 2v3 situation. Overreaction from NEXT.kz and don't get anything out of it whatsoever. That is a really, really big blunder. But at the end of the day, I mean, I really thought that Brood would have been able to get both there. Maybe he just wanted to save the mana for sure to make sure that he could get the kill with the spawn Spiderlings, but I think he pretty much could have just manfall right there. Oh, wow, Leshrac, bottom lane, dives past the tier 2 behind it. Stelcat getting the kill, or getting killed rather by Leshrac. 7-8 right now in favor of mTw, and there's this action all over the map right now. 15 kills in just a 14-minute game. So basically less than every 1 minute we're seeing kills non-stop. Lincoln's going to be almost done here on the Morphling. He's about 100 gold away from his ultimate orb. Level 10 right now, sitting on 68 CS, 69 now. Tied for the 3rd highest farmer in the game with that Leshrac. Doing what he can to keep himself pretty much current in the farm. Leshrac going to bottle up a Haste and throwing up a ward into the high ground. He does spot out Lucky. Oh, man, this is so bad. He has a Haster in Leshrac. There is no way Lucky's getting away from this. Shackle goes off, too, between the Ogre, and he is just dead there for sure. Not a chance he was getting away from that. Mantis actually doing some creep pulling of his own here. Fade Bolt going to go ahead and steal the last hits, taking out the wave there. Going to go ahead and take out the Centaur, too, to boot. Why not? Broodmother still sitting in this bottom lane. Has an Oblivion Staff, and Shred's now finished on top of his Midas already. And, I mean, his farm's going to be looking really scary. Take a peek at the gold here really quick. And, yeah, mTw already starting to get a little bit out of hand here. 3,000 gold in favor, 3,000 experience in favor of mTw at this point. And with the Brood having a Midas, the Morphling is a very, very big late-game threat. Don't get me wrong. But can he out-farm the 2 heroes right now that are getting the majority of the farm coming out from mTw, which are going to be Leshrac and the Broodmother both? You also can't discount the Windrunner, who is in that tri-lane. Windrunner obviously finishing up her 4-staff, letting the Chen go for the quick mech like I had thought earlier, has the headdress and the buckler both picked up here. Stelcat actually going to get initiated on here a bit. Oh man, here comes Kabop as well. Can Stelcat actually get a TP out? That's going to be the important part. I don't think they have anything to interrupt this. Yeah, they don't. They're just going to go ahead and force him back. His Morphling looks like he might be in some trouble of his own. Sakshka coming in from the side. Can he land the stun? Oh, he still has Beastmaster Roar. Synderen opens with the Roar. There's the follow-up stun and the Telekinesis with the Shackle. And the Edict damage with the Pulse Nova to boot and the Lightning Storm. Way too much for even a Morphling to live through. More stats, not going to be enough to stop that any day of the week. Really nice heads-up play there, keeping the level 2 Beastmaster Roar. And Synderen's going to be pretty happy with that kill. Support Rubik, level 10. Support Reeves right now on the Venomancer, only level 8. So Cinderen's been doing an excellent job of maximizing his efficiency. Oh, man, up getting caught out here. There's the Gale as well. Steals the ears, so throws at the clap. Throws at the heal as well. He doesn't have anything else, though. And here comes the rest of NEXT.kz if you're anti-Ping in as well. Oh, no, there's the Beastmaster run bucking. Man, that's going to be a 2 for nothing, basically. The Courier will get away. At the end of the day, they're not going to be able to chase down Reeves. A couple of Broodlings left, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And it looks like Radiant is going to fortify their tier 1 top lane as we see Morphling TPing in. Once again, can he line up a Shackle right here? He gets too close to the trees. He is going to get the Shackle. And what did he steal? All right, he got Morph, so he's going to have all the HP in the world now. 28 free strength for him. More strength going off from Mantis. I don't think they're going to be able to chase it. They're going to try, though. Going to see the Prophet TP in. Oh, no. Invis on Sakshka. Beautiful double stun. He catches equal. Actually, it wasn't a double stun. Looks like Mantis didn't get stunned by that. And now the Edict is going to be popping. Now he's going to have the back here. Stealthcat does not have Roar. Will he be able to get away? Shackle not going to latch anything. A little bit of bad positioning, but he will be able to TP away. Fortunately enough for him, Telekinesis manages to stun 3. Cinder and morphing all his agility into strength. 1500 HP on that Rubik. Right now, 9-10 in this very fast-paced game of mTw taking on NEXT.kz. This is game 2. If mTw wins this, they are going to the finals of the non-pro league for Prodota2's World League. $10,000 prize pool just for the non-pro section, if you guys didn't know. $20,000 for the pro league. And NEXT.kz doing everything they can not to get sent to the losers bracket. See if they can make their way back into this game. I mean, they are a little bit behind in gold again. 4,000, about 2,500 experience away. And things are looking pretty grim so far in the early game. They do have that Morphling to fall back on, though, so it's something to keep in mind. Stealthcat, sitting at about 1,800 gold. Nothing really on top of what he's had for a while. He's got that Soul Ring, got the Power Treads up. Enchantress with the headdress. Not going to have her mech pretty much anytime soon. She's still actually 550 away from the buckler itself, so she's kind of struggling just a bit here. She only has 42 CS too, one of the lowest in the game. And Broodmother got her second Oblivion Staff, almost has the Orchid up. It's going to help a lot for being able to take out heroes like Morphling. Stop Beastmaster Roar if you want it to, even stop the Furion from TPing. You can basically just solo kill him if you're a Brood and you have an Orchid at that point. It's going to be pretty helpful. Cinder going to get scouted out by the Hawk here. Nice micro there from Stealthcat, scouting things out. Lucky's going to spot off Cinder. It looks like they want to try to go on this. They do have a Furion. Furion TP's in the back. Are they going to be able to get the Sprout off? He might just use it for vision right here. Oh, never mind. He's going to spawn the Treants. And is there a stun? No, there isn't. Beastmaster Roar a little bit late right there. Dust goes off. Only basically discovering some Broodlings here. Broodmother herself does not actually get dusted at this point. And NEXT.kz has wasted a lot of time so far trying to gank this bottom lane. And I think that's where a lot of their efficiency is kind of falling off here. Nature's Prophet did finish up a Midas, but Roche is going to drop in the meantime, so mTw gets a free Roche here. No vision whatsoever by the Roche pit coming out for NEXT.kz. They basically have a defensive ward in the jungle right here, and then they have another one mid as well. So a quad smoke up here. Oh man, this is really bad. Morphling's not here. This is a 4v5. They need to retreat as soon as possible. Gale even misses to boot. And here comes Sakshka with a big stun. Hits to the Pulse Nova doing so much damage. Stealthcat not going to lift that either. He gets silenced. No Beastmaster Roar coming off at all. And Reeves is going to drop as well to just simply the Pulse Nova damage. It is a killing spree for Leshrac. Another kill for Broodmother as well. And Lucky is in a lot of trouble. Here comes Funzy looking to line up the Shackle. Will he get it? He's just going to run right in front of him. Yeah, and there we go. Just waited for him to run next to the tree. Double kill for the Broodmother, and that is a 4-for-0 trade. 9-14 now, favoring mTw heavily. After it looked like NEXT.kz was poised to push bottom lane, it seems like without the help of their Morphling, that they just really can't get anything done here. Lincoln should be finished on him. I think it's on the Courier right now. In fact, it is. There's his Lincoln's recipe, so that helps, but I mean, the Leshrac is going to have his Bloodstone really soon. He's got a Bracer on top of that. Might be looking to make a drum. No drum picked up yet from mTw, and Sakshka doesn't even care, man. He's going to tank the tower. He's like, you know what? They're all dead. What are they going to do? Mantis being forced back here by Funzy. Funzy actually picking up a Voidstone here, so he might be going for something like a Quick Hex. I assume it would be a Quick Hex. I don't think he's going to go something like a Eul's. That'd be a little bit silly. Away from coming in from Mantis. He's actually going to play a little bit aggressively here. He needs to be careful, too. Replicate going off. They need to try to account for both of these, but can they do it? That's the problem. He is morphing stats once again. He uses the Telekinesis to break it, and yeah, he's just going to replicate away. Breaks the Lincolns, but not really going to help him too much. Bloodstone finished here on the Leshrac. Starts with the 6 charges. See how many he can get to in this game. And Bloodstone's an item that I'm honestly surprised I don't see on more heroes, because in all honesty, if you're a hero, especially an intelligence hero who just relies on basically nuking, Bloodstone is always a great item, especially if you're targeted in a team fight. It heals your team for so much. I've had Bloodstone games where I died and basically given my team an entire health bar again, and that can turn the tide of a fight really quickly. Counter warding being done in this bottom forest spot here. Broodmother still farming away, has it orchid up as we saw in the last team fight. 2,000 gold on top of that. She is doing an excellent job of farming right here. 150 CS at just 21 minutes into the game. Doing an excellent job. And Lucky is playing this as carefully as he can. He does have a sentry down, so he can spot out the Brood whenever she gets closer. And it looks like she is trying to get a little bit closer here to boot. Mantis gonna get caught out here. Actually throws at the Orchid right away, popping his insatiable hunger as well. I think this is just a little bit of harassment being done. Oh no, Buckyman might be into trouble. He pops the trees a little bit too early. He does have a quelling. Where's the quelling? There it is. He gets Gale though, runs right back up. Telekinesis on equal, throws it back, manages to stun Reeves, but he already Galed, so it doesn't really matter much. Now Cinderin in a lot of trouble. He is very tanky though. Steals the waveform and manages to get out of the team fight. Really nice play there from Cinderin. Great awareness. And Elistrak coming in from the back, going on to equal the trees are spawned, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Pulse Nova doing quite a bit of damage. There's still an Aegis on the track as well. Waveform comes in. Looks like Furion's going to be the first one to drop. Aegis will be back up in just a second. Looks like Reeves is going to go down as well to the Broodmother. Lucky, the third to drop. This is a 3-for-0 right now, and this is a huge turnaround for mTw. This team fight is not going well at all, and that is a 4-for-0. Can it be a total team wipe? It will be. Windrunner getting the triple kill. Very, very huge team fight there from mTw. You can see them pinging right now like they want to push a lane. The tier 2s already did bottom. They're probably just going to rotate to middle. Leshrac did end up losing his Aegis right there, but killing 5 heroes for nothing. I think mTw is going to be pretty happy with that exchange, and I can't believe that they committed so much to that Rubik, who already has 1500 HP, the more stats, just so powerful. He was able to steal the waveform, get his team in a good position to come in from the flank, and able to pick off the squishy heroes who are sitting in the back. Very, very well done coming out from mTw. Really good communication so far. And it looks like right now 10,000 gold in favor of mTw, 14,000 experience as middle lane. Looks like Sakshka is going to eventually fall here. Applied a lot of pressure to this middle tower, and wow, almost takes Reeves with him before he drops to the combination of Venomancer, Enchantress, and Furion. All 3 of them were used to take him down right there. Sitting on top of 1,800 gold now. On top of that Bloodstone, he just lost a handful of charges, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but I don't think he's going to be too stressed about it. He took that tower to basically almost an eye range by himself, so more map control being taken here by mTw, and they've only lost 2 towers this whole game, whereas there are only 2 outer 2 towers standing for NEXT.kz. Balls in mTw's court here, see what they want to do. Wait for another Roche, maybe just go ahead and try to push it. Bird choosing not to Midas anything, probably just waiting for the Enchantress creep or something like that. Just wants to keep the creeps out of the team fight as best he can, and obviously Furion has that same thing that he can do as well, but he's actually using it on cooldown. See a couple more heroes from NEXT.kz come down to this bottom lane. There is still waveform. Oh, nobody blinks in and roars. He did not know he had a blink dagger. The silence goes off, but it's just a little bit too late, and Cinderin drops. They're going to force mTw back here for sure. Was that a double dust? I thought I saw 2 right there. 1 popped there. Definitely for sure by Reeves. I thought I saw 2 though at the very least. Oh no, Morphling coming in the middle lane. Here comes Furion as well. Force Staff used right away though. Perfect timing. Funzy already has a Hex up. Unbelievable farm coming out from the Swimrunner. Second CS only to the Broodmother, who is on his own team. So Hex, Force Staff, he is doing a phenomenal job. mTw just looking very, very good this game. Cloak and a Bracer also picked up by Chen. He could be going for a Drum of Zone if he wants. Has that mech finished already with the Mana Boots. And the farm overall for mTw is just, I mean, that gold lead has gotten out of hand so fast. In the last, I want to say, probably 15 minutes of the game, they've gone from not having a gold lead at all to 12,000. And the same can be said for experience, 15,000 gap. So roughly about 1,000 gold per minute and 1,000 experience per minute gain for them from since the start of 15 minutes ago. I mean, that is absolutely insane. Broodmother still sitting in this bottom lane, has the Manta finish, not opting to go for a straight BKB, just wants to get the Manta for the extra move speed, survivability from the hit points of the ultimate orb, obviously, and having illusions doesn't hurt either, seeing as how the passive from Broodmother does go to the illusions. It's very, very annoying to play against. Seeing Morphling's made any progress here in his farm. Sitting at 3 and 2, he's actually died twice in a row, which is a huge bummer. He died top lane, then he died in the fight in the Radiant side jungle as well, so his farm has kind of fallen off a bit. He does have that Linken's, but I mean, it's 25 minutes in, and that's all he has. Morphling needs 1 or 2 more items to become a significant threat in the game, even though mTw would probably not be in too good of a position if they turtle this out. The Morphling's farm is so far behind, and wow, okay. Looks like we're going to see another solo kill top. Leshrac taking out Beastmaster. Sorry I missed that, guys. I wasn't expecting any 1v1 kills at this point in the game, but apparently Sakshka proving me wrong, taking out the Beastmaster. They're going to be poised to push this tier 2 top, see if NEXT.kz can do anything to react to this. And overall, this game has pretty much been nothing but mTw since about 10 minutes in. mTw has the Alpha Wolf here with him too. 30% extra damage. That thing helps pushes so much, man. It gives every single creep in the wave 30% extra damage, which is 7 bonus damage in the melee creeps and 8 for the range creeps, so that's going to help them a lot. Glyph is going to be used, but they're not going to be able to defend this, and this could be a bit of a mistake. Pre-glyphing when you know that mTw is looking to push the racks sometime soon. Now you don't have a glyph. Now you have to worry about the Broodmother bottom. I mean, look at how many spiderlings she has down here. She's actually going to pull them back, and now mTw can just choose to split push. They can take the mid tower. It's at 256 health earlier. Leshrac applied a lot of pressure to it. Now they're going to go ahead and take what their investment basically gave them, which is another free tower. Mantis picks up his Ghost Scepter, going for that fast Ethereal Blade. Leshrac does get that middle tier tower, as to be expected. BKB picked up on him, not going for the drum right away. I think he's probably just going to let the Chen finish it up. Drum's kind of an item that you want to put on supports if you possibly can, because Leshrac has more valuable inventory spaces. Getting stuff like Bloodstone is very important. Wow, Mantis. Oh, that was a weird waveform. Actually got Force Staff backwards. Looks like Funzy was trying to Force Staff him out of the base right there, and a little bit of a missed timing. It's actually going to throw the Sun on the high ground. Ooh, it does make contact on a Lucky, but no follow-up. mTw playing this a little bit cautiously. Glyph's still on cooldown for another 3-4 minutes. So if they want to try to push into this, they definitely can. They can also wait on Rosh at this point if they want. It's only about 2 minutes away. They want to fall back and do Rosh. Give it on the Leshrac if they want again, or maybe even the Brood if they want. Depends on what they want to do here. And Manta picked up on Brood, obviously. A couple of minutes ago he had that. 2,000 gold on top of that, and man, their farm is just spiraling out of control. I don't know, even with a late game Morphling, if NEXT.kz can recover from the advantage that mTw has right now. 11-20, 28 minutes in this best of 3. This is game 2 of mTw taking on NEXT.kz. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us for this cast, or I should say me, as Mikey had an emergency and had to leave during the first game. But shout out to him still for casting the first game, and shout out to you guys for sticking with us and watching. This is one of the first Prodota 2 matches I've actually casted, and hold on, Funzy getting dropped here really fast. The Hand of God comes out. Is he really going to live? Unbelievable. Perfect mech timing, perfect Hand of God timing, but now it looks like Kabop, unfortunately, taking one for the team right there. That is the epitome of saving your bro. That was an unbelievable play right there, managing to secure Windrunner, and Funzy is going to be thanking him up and down for that play right there. Leshrac sending himself a TP. He's got 1,700 gold up. And right now, mTw is still in a very dominant position. Roshan should be up very, very soon. We'll see if mTw wants to fall back and take that, then go for probably applying some pressure to this middle racks. Nature's Prophet does have his ultimate orb up. He's getting very close to a Hex. I have a feeling that's what he's going to be going for here. They could definitely use it for the Brood, the Windrunner, or basically anyone, even the Leshrac. Would be pretty decent for them to have. Cinderin actually going to catch out a Replicate down here. Going to show it who's boss, nuke it down, no problem. Cinderin has his Force Staff on top of a Bracer, and mTw is like Team Bracer, man. Bracer on Leshrac, Bracer on Chen, Bracer on Rubik. No drum, just 3 Bracers. That is the new meta, ladies and gentlemen. Just buy a bunch of Bracers. Don't ever finish your drum. Who needs that item? It's pretty bad last time I checked. Not stat efficient at all. It doesn't give you an aura or anything. I'm obviously just kidding here. I just think it's funny that all 3 of them have one. Oh, man. Saksh getting completely caught out here. He can't even really do anything. Can't even pop the BKB. Just dies straight away. NEXT.kz once again having really good map awareness here. Picking off the heroes when they can. Using the initiation of a Blink Beastmaster and a Furion to keep mTw at bay. And in a 4v5, even as farmed as mTw is, I mean, they lost one of their biggest farming heroes. Oh man, Stalcat blinks and gets himself stuck. That's definitely a bummer. They're not going to end up being able to take out Funzy. Funzy actually bravely making his way back. He's actually at 2,900 gold. His farm is very, very good. Second highest farmer in the game. Brood sitting at 240, 250 CS now, rather. Enchantress thing on level 12 finally finishes her mech. That is a very late mech, though. I mean, mech time you want to have it like 10 to 15 minutes at most. And 30-minute mech, I mean, it's great that it's going to have the mech. The extra HP on your team is definitely something that's good, but it just doesn't have the same level of effect as it does in the early game because you can't really force as many fights. I mean, let's look at a really fast mech coming out from Chen and Hand of God compared to a 30-minute mech on Enchantress. That's going to stop pretty much one spell, and that's about it. And the one spell in the later stages of the game isn't as important in terms of nuke damage as it would be earlier on. But we'll see if NEXT.kz can kind of turtle this up. Hope their Morphling gets some more farm and take this to a late game. See if they can take a game off mTw, bring it to a best of 3, or game 3, I should say. mTw looking like they want to possibly take Rosh here. Broodmother is already in the pit here, along with Kabop as well. And they're not really killing it too fast. No medallion up, I don't think either. Orchid going to be popped here, making it take some extra damage. And Leshrac picked up bots as well. They're going to get scouted out here by NEXT.kz. See if there's going to be an engagement. Shrink's being spawned. Replicate already popped here from Morphling, and he got a Ghost Scepter and then a Blade of Alacrity, so he's not opting to go straight for the Ethereal Blade. Looks like he might want to get a Yasha instead. mTw is going to get Roshan, though. No contention whatsoever. Oh no, somebody got Telekinesis back. It is going to be Morphling, though, so he should be able to replicate back out if he wants to. He's actually going to get the Waveform stolen again, and Leshrac picks up the Aegis in the meantime. Now NEXT.kz has to retreat. Nice shackle between Stalcat and Reeves both. No ultimate yet from the Venomancer. Stalcat throws at the Roar on Asakshka, but it's just not going to matter. Aegis picked up by the Leshrac as well, so we have to kill him once. I got to kill him twice. There's the Hand of God coming out. Kabop not even having to, or actually did pop the mech. Never mind. Shackle going off once again onto Mantis, and he just dies before the Shackle wears off. The Replicate was still out, but he just doesn't live long enough to get himself out of the fight. Stalcat and Mantis both going down. Leshrac lives, gets the Aegis. They get the Roshan. mTw looking like they are going to take this bottom racks pretty handily right here. I don't think that Morphling can actually buy back. How short is he? Oh, he actually can buy back. Never mind. Could see potential buyback from the Morphling right here. Stalcat, however, cannot buy back, and Enchantress is going to get picked off too. And even if Morphling buys back now, it's just not going to matter. This is going to be a set of racks, maybe even two. They could potentially swing around to middle lane and take it out if they really want to. Ultimate popped by the Broodmother. Man, he attacks really freaking fast. He's got an Eagle Song on top of his Orchid, Manta, Treads, and Midas. Farm for bucking mad this game is absolutely insane. This tier, or bottom tier tower is dropping quite fast now. Edict going to be popped once again. Bottom melee racks not going to be living through this. Figuring out doing what he can, trying to split push the top lane. But I really don't think it's going to matter too much. I mean, after that Roshan especially, mTw won that team fight again. Didn't lose a single hero. 20,000 experience in access right now in favor of mTw. And Brood just doesn't even care, man. She's just going in. Going in for the kill. Ultimate popped. Going to throw out the Manta as well. Dust goes off, but he actually manted right as the dust came off, and he gets sent back to base anyway. Unbelievable game so far coming out of mTw playing exceptionally well. Maybe not the best coordination first game. We saw the whole fiasco with the Tidehunter ultimate and the Naga ultimate coming off right after each other, and that obviously makes it so the Tide Ravage hits pretty much nothing, but mTw still able to take game one. Looking very, very good to take game two off of NEXT.kz for the winner bracket finals of Prodota2's non-pro playoff game. This will send NEXT.kz to the loser bracket. I heard somebody get turned into a sheep right there. There he is. There's Kabop. Heard the Hex go off. Kabop going to get caught out in his enemy's jungle. I don't think he realizes that that is the wrong side of the map, buddy. You were playing very brave. None of his team was even close to him right there. Maybe just feeling a little bit overconfident that NEXT.kz wouldn't be moving on their side of the map, but he will pay with his life. Butterfly picked up here by Brood. Doing an excellent job of keeping up the farm. Funzy has a Necronomicon, actually. Going for a Book 3. It looks like he almost has it. Should have it after the Satyr camp, actually. And Book 3 is a very, very powerful tool. Very underused, I would say, as well. It adds a lot of mana burn, a lot of extra damage. I don't like you anymore, Lucky, he says. Getting caught out there. Furion gank as well. They're obviously all friends. They steal his food as well. That's pretty mean, actually. I'm actually quite hungry myself. After this game, I think I'm going to make some lunch. Oh, man, Cinderin. Looks like he's on the wrong side of the wood. Here comes the blink up to the high ground, getting roared as well. Hex going off onto Funzy, and that's going to be a killing spree coming out for Nature's Prophet. Mantis very aggressively waving in right there. Wanted to go for Funzy, but he's just a little bit too fast. Broodmother still sitting middle lane, applying as much pressure as she can to try to make everybody back off of the semi-carry winner that we've been seeing this game. And with the Book 3 finished on Funzy, could be seeing a potential mid-push sometime soon coming out of mTw. Again, very late game. Morphling's a great hero. But 35 minutes in, I mean, he's got 208 CS. That's actually pretty darn good. But it just doesn't feel like he's that effective because everyone on mTw has significant amounts of gold. Once again, looking at the gold, oh my god, 25,000 in favor of mTw. 25,000 experience in favor of mTw as well. Really not sure if they can come back from this. We'll see, though. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen a 67-minute game where I thought the game should have been over at 30 minutes, and that was the game one. For any of you guys who missed it, you missed an insanely good game. Unfortunately, I crashed for like 2 or 3 minutes during that, so a bit unfortunate. But did manage to bring you guys most of it. Once again, another gank going off on a top lane. Stalcat actually going to be the one getting picked off this time. Funzy with the Hex. Leshrac to back him up. See if Stalcat has some buyback gold. Looks like he does not. So no Roar. No Beastmaster for this defense mid. Oh no, Mantis getting picked off too. Orchid pop. The Ghost Scepter doesn't do anything but make him take more damage to those spawn Spiderlings. The nuke from Fadebolt as well coming out of Rubik, and this top tier tower is going to be under a lot of pressure here. Lucky throwing out an impetus to try to chase Funzy back. But I don't know if they can defend this anymore. I mean, you're going to have a Brood, a Leshrac, both pushing your base in different lanes, and Lucky is actually taking quite a bit of damage here as well. Sakshka still does have the... Oh, nice shackle onto Lucky. Wonder just popped to take the extra tower damage, but Leshrac's actually going to lose his Aegis right here. Looks like Sakshka didn't want to go for the kill. Going to go ahead and back out. Meantime, middle lane, Broodmother, Rubik, Chen, and now everyone has actually made their way over here from mTw. They're going to go all into one lane instead of split pushing. Oh, man, Reeves a little bit too far forward, throws out the Gale, but just gets eaten alive by the entirety of mTw. And this Rax looks like it's going to fall here very soon. Morphling buys back. Can they actually defend this Rax in time? It is still a 4v5. They don't have an Aegis on the Leshrac, so that's pretty important. BKB is up, though, on Sakshka if they want to pop it. Orchid once again on the Mantis, and he actually goes Scepters again and gets himself nuked down so fast. I think that was definitely a mistake as the GGs come out. NEXT.kz gets taken out by mTw. mTw going 2-0. They have not dropped a game this entire non-pro playoff bracket, by the way. They have not lost one game, making it all the way to the finals, completely undefeated. Spectacular performance once again from mTw, showing why they were the DreamHack winners, why they've continued their run of momentum over the last couple of months, showing why they did qualify for the International as well in the Western qualifiers. Very, very well done. I enjoyed casting this game very much. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. Once again, this is Prodota2, non-pro playoffs, best of 3 between NEXT.kz and mTw. The game is going to end here in just a second, but that's it for today. Only one best of 3. We'll be bringing you much more Prodota 2 and ECAL in the future. Once again, my name is Draskyl, casting all this stuff for you guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back very soon with more Dota 2.